Okay, I hope the lighting is okay. Yeah, we're gonna be good. Y'all ever been to the gym after not going for months? Baby. So, I'm at my friend's house, so it's a different location. It is February and they still have the Christmas tree up. They've been having it up since October. Since before Halloween. Me and her laugh at that. But today we'll be reading 5 chapters, of course, as assigned by the Lord. I'm nervous because my friend's, she's in the shower right now, but she's gonna be coming out soon. So I'll be reading chapters 20 through 24. Wait, 22, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So Jonathan warns David. Then David fled from Noeth in Ramah and came and said before Jonathan. Okay, so last time we spoke, or last thing we read was Saul was jealous of David. Okay. And Jonathan is Saul's son, but Jonathan loves David. Saul doesn't love. Saul want to kill David. He said, so David said to Jonathan, "What have I done? What is my guilt? And what is my sin before your father, that he seeks my life?" And he said to me, "Far from it, you shall not die. Behold, my father does nothing, either great or small, without disclosing it to me." So Jonathan, like, "Look, I got you. Don't worry about it. And why should my father, why should my father hide this from me? It is not so." But David vowed again, saying, "Your father knows well that I have found favor in your eyes, and he thinks, don't let Jonathan know this, lest he be grieved. But truly, as the Lord lives and as your soul lives, there it is but a step between me and death." Then Jonathan said to David, "Whatever you say, I will do for you." David said to Jonathan, "Behold, tomorrow is a new moon, and I shall not fail to sit at the table with the king. But let me go, that I may hide myself in the field till the 3rd day at evening. If your father misses me at all, then say, David earnestly asked leave." What? Oh, she coming. Let me close the door. I'm nervous. Okay. I'm in her living room. I closed the room. Okay. David earnestly asked, "Leave of me to run to Bethlehem, his city, for there is a yearly sacrifice there for all the clan. If he says good, it will be well with your servant. But if he is angry, then know that harm is determined by him. Therefore deal kindly with your servant, for you have brought your servant into a covenant with the Lord with you. But is there a guilt in me? But if there is a guilt in me, kill me yourself. But why should you bring me to your father?" And Jonathan said, "Far be it from you. If I knew that I was determined by my father that harm should come to you, would I not tell you?" Then David said to Jonathan, "Who will tell me if your father answers you roughly?" And Jonathan said to David, "Come, let us go out into the field." So they both went out into the field. And Jonathan said to David, "Lord, the God of Israel, be witness, when I have sounded out my father about this time tomorrow, or on the 3rd day, behold, if he is well disposed toward David, should I not sin and disclose it to you? But should it please my father to do you harm, the Lord do so to Jonathan and more. Also, if I do not disclose it to you and send you away, that you may go in safety. May the Lord be with you, as he has been with my father. If I am still alive, show me the steadfast love of the Father. Show me the steadfast love of the Lord, that I may not die. And do not cut off your steadfast love from my house forever." When the Lord cuts off every one of the enemies of David on the face of the earth. And Jonathan made a covenant with the house of David, saying that the Lord take vengeance on David's enemies. And Jonathan made David swear again by his love for him, for he loved him as he loved his own soul. Then Jonathan said to him, tomorrow is the new moon, and you will be missed, because your seat will be empty. On the third day, go down quickly to the place where you hid yourself, and the matter was in your hand, and remain beside the stone heap. And I will shoot 3 arrows to the side of it, as though I shot at a mark. And behold, I will send the boy, saying, go find the arrows. If I say to the boy, look, the arrows are on the side of you, take them, then you are to come. For as the Lord lives, it is safe for you, and there is no danger. But if I say to you, look, the arrows beyond you, then go, for the Lord has sent you away. And as for the matter of which you and I have spoken, behold, the Lord is between you and me forever. So Jonathan gives David cues or clues to leave or stay. So David hid himself in the field, and when the new moon came, the king sat down to eat food. The king sat on his seat, as at other times, on a seat by the wall. Jonathan sat opposite, and Abner sat by Saul's side. But David's place was empty. Yet Saul did not say anything that day, for he thought, something has happened to him. He is not clean. Surely he is not clean. But on the second day, after the new moon, David's place was empty. And Saul said to Jonathan, his son, why has the son of Jesse not come to eat a meal, either yesterday or today? Jonathan answered Saul, David earnestly asked leave of me to go to Bethlehem. He said, let me go, for our clan holds a sacrifice in the city, and my brother has commanded me to be there. So now if I have found favor in your eyes, let me get away and see my brothers. For this reason he has not come to the king's table. Then Saul's anger was kindled against Jonathan. He said to him, you son of a perverse, rebellious woman, do I not know that you have chosen the son of Jesse to your shame? To your own shame. So Saul knows Jonathan loves David. It's the shame of your mother's nakedness. For as long as the son of Jesse lives on earth, neither you nor your kingdom shall be established. Therefore, send and bring him to me, for he shall surely die. Then Jonathan answered Saul, his father, why should we put to death? What has he done? But Saul hurled his spear at him to strike him. So Jonathan knew that his father was chosen to put David to death. Wow, so Saul struck at his own son. So Jonathan knew that his father was determined. And Jonathan rose from the table in fierce anger and ate no food the second day of the month, for he was grieved for David, because his father had disgraced him. In the morning Jonathan went out into the field to the appointment with David, and with him a little boy. And he said to this boy, run and find the arrows that I shoot. As the boy ran, he shot an arrow behind him. And when the boy came to the place of the arrow that Jonathan had shot, Jonathan called out to the boy and said, is not the arrow behind you or beyond you? And that was his cue, right? that was Jonathan's way of saying that there's danger. And Jonathan called out to the boy and said, "Hurry, be quick, do not stay." So Jonathan's boy gathered up the arrows and came to his master, but the boy knew nothing. Only Jonathan and David knew the matter. And Jonathan gave his weapons to the boy and said to him, "Go and carry them to the city." And as soon as the boy had gone, David rose from beside the stone heap and fell on his face to the ground and bowed 3 times. And they kissed one another and wept with one another, David weeping the most. Then Jonathan said to David, "Go in peace, because we have sworn both of us in the name of the Lord. The Lord shall be between me and you, and between my offspring and your offspring forever." Oh. And he rose and departed, and Jonathan went into the city. Chapter 21. David and the holy bread. 21. Then David came to Ahimelech the priest, and Ahimelech came to meet David trembling and said to him, "Why are you alone and no one with you?" David said to Ahimelech the priest, "The king has charged me with the matter and said to me, 'Let no one know anything of this matter about which I send you.' And with I don't need my thing. And let no one know anything about the matter which I send you and with which I have charged you. I have made an appointment with a young man for such as such a plate. Now then, what do you have on hand? Give me 5 loaves of bread, or whatever is here." And the priest answered David, "I have no common bread on hand, and there is only holy bread. If the young men have kept themselves for women." And David answered the priest, "Truly, women have been kept for us always when I go on the expedition. The vessels of the young men are holy, even when it is an ordinary journey. How much more today will their vessels be holy?" So the priest gave him the holy bread, for there was no bread, and there was no bread in the presence. Which is removed from before the Lord, and to be placed by hot bread on the day that it is taken away. Now a certain man of the servants of Saul was there that day, detained before the Lord. His name was Doeg, and the Edomite, the chief of Saul's herdsmen. Then David said to Ahimelech, "Then have you not here a spear or a sword at hand? For I have brought neither my sword nor my weapons with me, because the king's busyness required haste." And the priest said, "The sword of Goliath, the Philistine whom you struck down in the valley of Elah, behold, it is here wrapped in a cloth behind the ephod. If you will take it, for there is none but that here." And David said, "There is none like that. Give it to me." David flees to Gath. And David rose and fled that day from Saul and went to Achish, the king of Gath. The servants of Achish said to him, "Is this not the David, the king of the land?" Well, they're already referring to him as the king of the land. David. Wait, is that what it's saying? Or are they saying that he belongs to the king of the land, or who he saw? And they sang their song to one another of hymn and dances. Saul had struck down his thousands, and David his 10,000s. And David took these words to heart, and was much afraid of Achish, the king of Gath. So he changed his behavior before them and pretended to be insane in their hands. So David pretends to be insane. And that kind of goes hand in hand to what we we do sometimes if the Lord has blessed you with a certain gift, so you act like you don't have that gift. I know I'm guilty of that. Because people get jealous. So he started to act insane in their hands, and they marched on their doors at the gate and let his spittle run down his beard. Oh, he let his spit run down his beard. Then Ashish said to his servants, "Behold, you see this man is mad. Why then have you brought him to me? Do I lack madmen? That you have brought this fellow to behave as a madman in my presence? Shall this fellow come into my house?" Chapter 22. Let me make sure. Oh, still recording. I'm gonna start another one.